is, and then silence. I'm like, yes.
Everything's fine.
This is gonna be a great ep. Well, guys, welcome back to another episode. Back at it, another week. Happy Wednesday.
Howdy.
Middle of summer, tail end. Really feeling that heat. Someone was saying in San Diego, I don't know, maybe you can speak to this more, but we're like August. We're due for like a 2-month like heat wave that it normally happens. Like around this time, and I said I thought we had that. Like, remember? Actually, I don't know if you were here. I think it was when you were gone.
I think the week before I left was pretty friggin' hot.
Yeah, and then when you were gone, it was like 90, at least like 92, which was crazy. So I'm like, I think we already have that. And someone was like, no, just wait, it's coming. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. But speaking of summer, let's talk about our summer activities.
Favorite summer activities. I think because I was at the beach yesterday, honestly, I haven't had a ocean, like, beach day.
Yeah.
I've had time at the lake, but I think in general, like, one of my favorite things in the summer is, like, getting in, like, fresh water. Like, cold, like, it's a little chilly, but it's, like, not unbearable. Like, jumping in a lake, jumping in the ocean, it's, like...
Oh, so true.
It's just so refreshing and so nice. And it's not, like, I don't know, in the winter when we're gonna go surfing, and you're, like, actually dying in your wetsuit. It's like, no, I'm in my swimsuit, and like I did a little cold plunge.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. What beach did you go to?
Windansea.
Oh, I've never been there.
It's nice. I like it, and it's kind of, the shore just kind of like drops off. Like, it gets deep really quick.
Oh, okay.
And so that's kind of nice because I feel like I don't have to do like the shuffle out.
What? So there's just like a drop off, and you're okay with that?
I mean, it's not like a drop off, but it like gets deep pretty quickly.
Okay. The drop off. Going to the drop off.
No.
No, I love that. I love a cold water dip, especially like lakes and stuff too. So refreshing because it's so hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. My first one is pool read. I love taking, especially now that we have a pool, but like taking I feel like a book at the beach isn't the same because it's sandy. You're normally with people. It's like, it's a bit windy. I'm like, I don't actually want to do anything at the beach except for lay. Mm-hmm. So I think like, the pool in the summer, you're just like drinking water, if you will.
No, not a pool beach read, but a pool read is really nice.
Yeah.
Because I agree, every time I bring a book to the beach, I end up just taking the book back with me in more sand, and I didn't read any of it.
Yeah, it was more just like for the vibe, just to say that I brought it, when I like know that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I think I've done that a lot this summer, gone down to the pool. I feel like I've utilized it.
Yeah. Have you tried the new mosquito thing?
No. I love it. I literally laugh LOL every time I see it.
I don't even know what to do with it. I'm like...
Should we give context for Mosquito Gate? I feel like that's what we should call it. I'm also like, I've been like a little afraid of saying anything because we literally have our Wi-Fi set as subscribed to Polite as Fuck, so they could literally like, boop, boop,
I
boop,
don't
boop.
know that anyone's listening to us in this complex, but that is possible. I'm on the board for this community, and so I get all the emails, and there's always people talking about everything. And I was like, does anyone else have an issue with the mosquitoes at the pool? Because I feel like we should try and spray for mosquitoes.
And they've been bad. Like, I've even had friends at the pool, and we, like, get eaten alive. Like, especially in the afternoon, which is the best time to go to the fucking pool.
Prime UV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, actually, I had asked, like, do we spray for mosquitoes? They said no. And then I was like, does anyone else have problems when they go to the pool? I shouldn't have asked that because no one else fucking goes to the pool. And they were like, no.
Never heard of a mosquito before, actually.
They're like, is this really a problem? I'm like, actually, it is, even in my house. Like, if we leave the slider open, I've gotten bit, like, working at my desk. I'm like, I have a mosquito bite. And someone suggested that I take vitamin B or something. I was like, is this serious? Are you guys... The way my jaw dropped when I read that email... I was like, okay, never mind then, we'll figure it out. Turns out the woman who owns the place next door, she like rents it to her niece or whatever, brings over, she's the one that told me to take vitamin B. And then she brings over this like repellent thing, and she was like,
whisper.
yeah. She was like, yeah, my niece gets eaten alive at the pool. I'm like, why
were
didn't
you
you
in the
say
bed,
anything?
bitch?
Because then it made it seem like I was the problem, and I'm like,
In
okay.
fact, you weren't.
I'm not, because I know that anyone else who goes out there gets mosquito bites. Whatever.
And so
But-
now we just have the box. Just standing
Whatever
there.
that thing is, I didn't even look at it.
I don't,
She
like-
gave it to me, and I was
I
like,
just see the word
"Thanks."
mosquito and I'm just like, anyway, yeah.
Anyway, the pool's nice.
Pool read.
Oh, it's my turn. This is maybe just like the setting of summer, but like I feel that I start to wind down my day with golden hour, which is just really nice because I feel like I can actually kind of like my day, the things that I get done in a day, it feels like it aligns with the sun more in the summer than in the winter when I'm like, wow, it's 4 p.m., it's pitch black, so I guess I'm done with my day.
So true. Just good night. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
I was so glad. I was like, whoa. I didn't know. Just cracking jokes.
Comedian.
Crazy.
Anyway,
That's
just going with the
The
sun.
golden hour wind down.
I love that. I also have on mine like evening walks, and just or a hike too, because you still have so much day, so it can be like 7:00. The sun, it's finally cool, so you're like, I'm just gonna go take a nice little walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your next one?
Yeah.
That's
That's
funny
it.
because my next one is early morning walks.
That means extra early because the sun is up.
I know, it's kind of nice.
I can't. We are on opposite
We
schedules.
really are.
Like complete
I'm
opposite.
like, can I get up at 5? If I can get
I'm
to
coming. I'm parking my car at 5.
when I got up this morning, saw you texted me at 2. I was like, wow, she had a crazy night. And you're like, no, I was just in my room.
Literally just in my room. I literally, like, you looked at me crazy and I was like, what did I do last night? I'm like, actually, no, it was pretty chill.
It's okay.
so bad.
Opposites are good.
A beach nap. You were talking about your
Yeah.
sunburn, but I'm like, I love a beach nap. You can't, like I said, you can't read. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna sleep.
You're gonna lay in the sun and just, fade away.
Yeah, I'm sure that's really what it feels like, though. You're just like, the sand just gonna absorb me.
It's so nice. I think I also was feeling inspired. Well, no, I've had more than just the like barbecue that happened yesterday, but like, just like potluck barbecue, like community type events. I feel like you can do those also again because the sun's not setting so early.
Yeah.
So it's like I did that when I was back home with family, and like recently we did that with friends, and it's just nice. I enjoy that type of like setting.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting together, eating good food, and you're not freezing.
Yep,
And you can be outside.
you know me, but I love summer because I feel like I can, like, my summer activity is
I just figured this is the one you're trying to make up right now.
oh no, actually this isn't. I just put feral nights and I'm just
Oh.
trying to figure out how to best explain it. The other one I actually figured out. Let me write it down before I forget.
Wait, I only have one more. Oh no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, being absolutely feral and feeling like I don't know, it's summer. I'm just like,
Yeah,
It's summer.
you give way less fucks. I don't know what it is.
more people are out. Like, I don't know, when it's wintertime, again, everyone's in bed. There's not, I mean, we live in a very, very awesome place because there's so much to do all the time.
Yeah.
But I do feel this sense of like, really, it's everybody's out. This weekend was crazy. I don't know. Oh, Comic-Con, that's what it was. I was trying to figure it out because there has been everyone out on the streets. But it's fun. It's a good
Yeah.
vibe.
No, that's true. When there are more people out, I feel like I'm just like, everyone's doing it. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go out.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I haven't been like out in PB on a weekend in I couldn't even tell you the last time, and just seeing everyone out in like their outfits and like the streets are packed. I'm like, whoa. Crazy. I forget that this is a thing that people are doing right now. The last one I had is traveling. I think I enjoy traveling at all times, but like in the summer, I feel like it's especially fun. And it doesn't even need to be like a big trips, like camping or going home or, I don't know, a little like weekend thing. I think it's just fun.
Love that. My last one that I made up on the spot because I couldn't, my brain was not working. But last summer, when I drove up for my dad's wedding, I pulled off to the side at one of the lakes that's like kind of by our house, and it's not like, it's an all right lake. It's fine, you know, it's nothing to, you know, take a bunch of photos at. But I just feel so like, parked the car off the dirt road, no one was around, could walk down to this like remote spot with the dogs and lay out my towel and like have this whole spot to myself and go like run in, have like a quick little dip, chill. The dogs were able to chill, get some like extra, you know, have a little fun in the water, and then be home in 20 minutes. And I just feel like I love the beach and I love being able to do that. But I'm like, a summer lake dip, kind of what you were saying the first one, but I'm like, up back home, no one's around.
No,
I could
so
catch
good.
me doing a quick 20-minute dip at the beach. First, let's talk about the drive there. Then let's talk about parking. Then let's talk about finding a spot on the beach and also like leaving all your shit. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, it's such a, again, very grateful, love where I live. The beach is awesome, but there's just something to like the lakes that like no one is at. Again, it wasn't like crystal clear. This isn't some like crazy lake, but it was
talking
so
about
nice.
Topaz?
Yeah. I love Topaz. It's
got
trying
some
its
charm.
best.
It has some character.
If you really squint, it's there. It's gone better.
Yeah, I would say it does look pretty, like from the road, and then you get up closer,
Real
and
up
you're
close
like,
and you're like, is this okay? I need to stop with these Disney references. That's crazy.
she's a Disney adult.
Hate it, love it.
Wait, okay, I have to say a story because it's so funny.
Oh no.
One of our friends was talking about how she had seen her ex-boyfriend's like username on Reddit or something, and she like went and like looked up like what he'd been posting.
Oh no.
And she was like, I forgot about it, and so recently I went and looked, and he's part of the Disney Reddit group, Disneyland like Reddit thread or whatever, I don't even know. And he had said around like Halloween time or something, like, what's everyone dressing up as? Let's see those costumes.
I am mortified, and I must know who this is immediately. What? I am not, to clarify, not me, would never be me.
Yo, first of all, weird. Like, why are you wanting to see people's costumes at Disneyland?
see those costumes. Is this like there's no way. This is like, feels like he kept this from you. Like, oh no.
Or you're like, oh, he really likes Disneyland, and then you just didn't know to like the extent that he really likes it. So bad.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like a dating horror story. That belongs in that category for sure.
Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Anyway, well, this was the lighter serving of the episode. The rest is going to be pretty dark, so.
I just gotta say, I'm so glad that you texted with this, because I was also thinking about what we were going to talk about today last night, and every avenue I went down, I was like, no, that's overwhelming. I don't fucking care.
Stupid.
I have nothing to say about that.
Yep.
I don't even want to try. Like, I was just like, I'm trying to think of like fun, cute, whatever ideas, like looking at other podcasts, what are they talking about right now? And I was like, I don't care. I literally don't.
Is that not so real though? And we cannot be the only people. And what I appreciate about this and the time that we take to do it is the fact that we are real. And sometimes like I was thinking about it and I'm like, damn, like summer blues, really like so sad. But I'm like, I am sad and there's a lot going on. And it's like, I like taking a, you know, like funny take on it. But again, it's like, I can't find something, like I can't talk about what I don't give a fuck about, and I don't give a fuck about anything else except for this kind of stuff that's going on, and we're in the same boat. So I feel like I was like kind of just thinking about everything, and I don't know if it's this like post vacation blues. I think a lot of people are kind of at the tail end of their vacation, maybe or just, you know, the 4th of July. I feel like everybody went really hard for that. And I don't really just kind of all over the place, but I do think like, you know what July has reminded me of? January.
Oh no.
And that's tough. However, it's like, again, can always take the outlook of like, I guess it gets better from here. I don't really know. But it feels like things have been like back to back to back. And I think both Erica and I have a really big problem with spiraling and taking like one situation that both of us can, I don't know, like adapt and get over. And it's like, not that it's not a big deal, but it is like, it is what it is. It's life. And somehow end up, at least for me, on, well, no one gives a fuck about me anyway. And you like, it's like, how did I get here? I'm so confused. The spiral is real. And I feel like
No, Rue, not this time.
I'm gonna cry.
Please, stop. Stop it. I'm trying.
Go home, little Rue. That was also my fault. She's not done with her activities. My bad. Anyway, yeah, spirals. That's where we're at, so.
I know. I feel like I was annoyed with myself because I'm like, is really the only thing I can talk about right now how sad I am? And how am I feeling this way again? But I'm also like, that's just how it goes. And it doesn't matter that it's summer. It doesn't matter that it's like my life is on paper looks really good. And it doesn't matter that like, yes, I have so many good things. I just had so many great trips. I have great people in my life. Like, yes, there is so much to be thankful for, but that doesn't, like, mean that I can't be feeling how I'm feeling, and just, that's okay. I think that's what I'm trying to accept is, like, I can get really hard on myself for feeling anything other than, like, happy or positive or whatever, and it's like, well, maybe if you allowed yourself to feel in your feels and, like, process why you're feeling that way and, like, sit in those emotions, then it wouldn't be so, like, oh, I gotta fill my schedule with a million things to do to avoid that, and then I'm gonna be mad at myself for not getting things done when it's actually, like, my body is telling me to, like, chill the fuck out and, like, slow down, and it's okay. It's okay that it's summer. It's okay. It just feels silly to be sad in the summer to me.
I also like how you kind of, your voice changed when you were talking. You were like, started bullying yourself. You're like, okay, then, well, if you're feeling like you should rest. I'm like, damn, okay.
That's
but
so
I
bad.
get it. But I get it. And I'm like right there with you. And I think like, I am just having this really, really tough time like maintaining a balance between like, carefree summer and like literally crashing out, and I just like, it's hard. And I think that, again, not to like fully go into a spiral like right off the bat, but I think when it is summer, it's like I just want to live my best life. I want to be doing all of the things I can be doing, living my dream, blah, blah. I don't know, you just have this like vision, I guess, and like even though my vision wasn't, and whatever, I think about that, and then I see and I sit with where I am like in my sadness, and then I get even more upset because I'm like, I am doing this to myself, or like, I don't know, again, I'm like making fun of you for bullying yourself, but I'm over here like doing the same thing. And then it's like, in one instance, I am feeling really crappy and sad and can't get out of bed. And then in 24 hours, because it's work or because I packed my schedule, like I'm out having a drink with friends or going to the beach or taking the dogs out on a hike. And it's like, I then in this like in between moment am like trying to figure out how I feel, because I'm like, I don't know, like some days I'm this and some days I'm this. Like it is I feel very hard on myself because I can't accept the fact that both of these things can exist at the same time. And exactly what you said, like it can be summer and you can still be sad. You can be sad but still have like all of these activities and or like need to rest. It's just, I don't know. It's been just like so frustrating and like can't like sort my mind out. I think the only like thing I'm feeling like pretty grateful is right now is that like you're going through it too. And I feel like that is, it's like nice to like talk about, I guess, and not have someone like an answer, because like I don't have a fucking answer for you and I know you don't have one for me, but it's like, well, hey buddy.
Yeah, there's like 3 things I'm like clinging on to right now that are like somewhat getting me through this time, or at least I'm like trying to. And one of them is what I was telling you about the other day. And I like, it's not that I'm thinking this constantly, but when I find myself like in the throes of it, I'm like, what is this based on? The like little triangle thing I was telling you about of like anxiety, and how like, what is the, like, if your thought isn't based on anything in reality, or it's there's no like evidence behind it, it's just like some made up thing in your mind of like, the way my therapist explained it, she was like, you're about to go on a date and you're getting ready and you're looking at yourself and you're like, I am like the ugliest person in the world. And it's like,
That's so sad.
You, like, if you're telling yourself that, there is no evidence of that being true.
Yeah.
Like, did we go survey every person in the world and decide that you win, you're the ugliest? Like, no, that's not, like, that's a made-up thought. And then now you're feeling, like, really insecure and, like, maybe folding into yourself, and then you go on this date, and because you're acting that way, and it doesn't even matter, like
it just,
now you're acting a certain way, and maybe now the date is off, but it's like, oh, well, the date's off because I'm the ugliest person, and then you're just going in this thing, and it can go back and forth, and then you're just sending yourself into this, like, anxiety loop, and, like, I find myself doing that with thoughts, and then I'm like, what is the like root of why I'm feeling this way right now? And when I get down to it, I'll like, a lot of what I'm noticing recently is like this is like me either like future projecting, like assuming that this is what it's gonna be when there's like, I think it's called like fortune telling or whatever is one of the things of like, I just assume that this is how it will be in the future if I act this way, and it's like, no one can tell the future, so why am I acting like that or thinking that? And then sending myself in this loop of like, I don't even know, it's like debilitating. So that's one of the things, is like trying to pull myself back to like, okay, what is the actual thought here? Yeah. And where is that coming from, and why am I thinking that?
Makes so much sense. And some of the things that I've just been like going through, like hearing you say that again is like helpful. I mean, not really, because the situations have already happened, but it's nice to kind of see. But I have the tendency of like, I don't even know like what the right phrase would be here, but like in the moment of stress, like the spiral hits so quick, and then I make decisions so fast, or send a text I regret, make a phone call, like I go like a million miles an hour, and then it almost like kick starts the spiral even more. And then I feel like, I was literally just talking to my sister Sophia about this, because then a few hours later will go by, and I will like, again, the situation will have been just as big, just as stressful, but then like a few hours will go by and I kind of have time to like see it for what it really is, take a breath of fresh air, like it still sucks, like I'm still in this position, but damn, and then be like, you fucking fool, you look at what you did, like look what you made me do. Like I literally just feel ridiculous. Okay, so the first like thing, just as an example, so you guys can kind of see where my head is at, the first thing is Luna's health. Not to go too into it, but we had a little bit of a poop situation. And my dogs are my life, but also like this kind of shit can get so expensive, and so I don't want to jump the gun, and when it comes to like dropping money like this, especially after a vacation, I'm like, oh hell no. And I think that goes for anybody everywhere all the time. Like, especially after you just spend a lot of money on vacation, the last thing you want to have to get is a fucking, I don't know, vet bill. I don't know, car bill. I don't know, like jury duty, I don't know.
When I got the mail and I saw that, I was like, I'm just gonna leave this on the bench. I'm just gonna...
You like were, oh, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, so I am like immediately texting all the people I can do, Googling the worst things, like making, just kind of like having an attitude, canceling everything I had planned for that day. Like, time has stopped. Like, I'm talking kind of like crazy over the phone, like, oh my God, help, blah, 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 like, come on, again, scary. The situation is a scary situation. I don't want to diminish that because I do feel like it is warranted, but I just like have this tendency, and then immediately in that moment, like while going through all of this, my brain in that triangle of what you had said is ping-ponging back and forth to like, I'm gonna have to quit my job and move out of my house, and it's like, how did I get here? Like, again, it's like back and forth, back to like the craziest fucking situation where it's like, Ellie, stop, be an adult. You have an actual situation here. Pull yourself out so you can fix this and make a proper logical decision, and then move on, because it's not as big as maybe you're making it out to be. I still had to do all of the things. I still had to like go get medicine. I still had to make sure like her diet. I still have to do all of that. It's just so much easier if I'm not like in this anxiety, like literally feel like my whole body tensing up like that. And then another situation happened where I had to go get my brakes fixed on my car because it was, oh my God, it was just this whole thing. And I mean, different situation, same reaction. I still was able to get it fixed. It still fucking sucks that I had to go through all of that. But all of the things that happened in the middle, all of the going back and forth, the spiral, it's too much. And I don't know why I do this to myself.
I relate very heavily to it. I'm clearly also still in this like throw of despair, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I feel like shit. But I just am like, I feel like I was really ready for this new therapist, which is why I keep talking about her, because I went in and just like dumped everything like in our first session together, and then in our second session, as we were talking more about it, she was like, it sounds like you need more self-compassion. And I was like, because that's really hard. Because it's really easy to be like, Erica, you need to change your mindset. You need to change, like, you need to fix this about you. You need to do this differently. And when she just, like, said that, and that was like, damn, yes, I think that is right. And I think that I've not really ever done that. And so I think that's, like, not that that's going to solve all my problems in my life, but it's, like, way easier said than done when someone's like, talk to yourself the way that you would talk to a friend. And I'm like, well, I'm not my friend. I'm, like, my bully, Like, truly, yes. I'm, like... my biggest critic. I always am beating myself up and being like, why didn't you, and why, like, couldn't you, and you should have done this. And it's like, damn, is that really like the root cause of all of this?
Well,
I know.
And that's the episode.
Well, it's like hearing you say the things you're saying right now to yourself. I'm wanting to be like, Ellie, shut up. Like, stop talking to yourself like that. Yeah. Like, that's not true, and give yourself grace. And I want to say these things, and then I'm like,
wait a second.
Is this what she's talking about? That, like, I also need to say those things to me too?
It's so hard. I know. It's hard because it's like, for me, I don't know. I talk about this with so many people, but I'm like, I don't mean to be this negative, but I feel like I have to be a realist. Like, I need to know every option so I am prepared for like every opportunity. And honestly, when I meet people that are so positive and so optimistic, I'm like,
Stay away.
Yeah. And I just wish it wasn't like that. And I think for me, it's like, I just don't believe it. And so when I'm really in the thick of it, it's hard. You know, maybe that's not the time to practice it. You know, the time to practice is maybe when I am feeling a little bit more, I don't know, like even or level out. But I'm like, I've had, you know, conversations with people where they're like, you just need to be nicer to yourself. And I literally have psycho moments where I'm like, I don't believe it. You're telling me to tell, like, you're like, you do, for like how you said, like, you do look pretty. You're not the ugliest person in the world. Like, I can argue until I die. I will beat you at arguing. I don't care who you are. I will do it. And especially when it's to myself, I'm like, hearing you say, like, you made the joke of like, well, did we survey every person? I'm like, yeah, I did. I did survey, and I know, and I read minds. Like, I am deluded. Like, I'm crazy. I'm crazy psycho. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm having these moments, and when I come to, and I'm like, yeah, these situations still suck, and life is gonna throw the shit at you again, whether it's spring, summer, fall, winter. Like, it's gonna be here. But I'm like, yeah, maybe a little bit more like practicing like kindness, but it's just so hard.
It really is. She like recommended this like workbook. Gotta say, I haven't done any of it because I read the first page and I said, you know, I'll try this later because this is too much for me. But one thing that I'm like kind of trying to implement that I think is, I read it on Substack, which apparently now Substack's like ruining everything and we shouldn't be on Substack.
What?
I don't know.
I thought it was a good thing. Oh my
up.
God. It never ends.
Literally, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell anyone, even though I just said it on the podcast. I'm like, I'm still going to read because I've read essays on there that I found helpful. And one of them was along the lines of like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot of times, like social media and why do we do things for this like validation from other people and blah, blah, blah. I think that I was reading an essay and it said something along the lines of like, just making things in your life beautiful because it's just nice to enjoy like beautiful things and it doesn't matter if anyone sees or knows about it. It's like, you're the only one living this life, so why not like, I don't know, I'm like making it a cliche, but it wasn't a cliche the way it was written, but like, why not make it beautiful because this is all you got, you know? And so I was really thinking about like how I've avoided, luckily I got holes in my sheets, so I'm like, well, I'm going to like make my room how I want to make it. And it doesn't even need to be like spending money. I think examples it gave in the essay was like, Are you having this morning routine because you're trying to see how productive you can be and you want to get 10,000 things done and now you're going to be mad at yourself because you didn't get those things done because you didn't follow your morning routine? Or is this a routine, like something that you want to implement in your morning because you want to have just like a beautiful day? Mm-hmm. And like you enjoy having coffee on the balcony, so that's something that you want to have this morning. And it doesn't matter that you also you didn't read 10 pages and go on your walk or whatever. It was like, no, like this is how I feel today and I want to have this like beautiful moment right now. Yeah. And just like make it beautiful. And no one else needs to know that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to think about like in my day to day, maybe taking a pause and like what is it that would be like beautiful right now in my life? Like what would feel nice instead of like, oh, well, in my planner, I didn't write that down, so, you know?
Yeah. No, you saying that makes me think of, I've just been thinking a lot, too, when I'm in these moments of, like, I have free will. Like, I'm an adult. Like, yeah. There are some really shitty things, like when your pet has issues or your car breaks down or you get called for jury duty. Like, it does suck, but that's never, ever, ever gonna go away. But also, like, I have free will. And I'm just trying to think, like, you saying all these things, like, my examples aren't that great, but I do try to, like, wake up, and instead of rushing myself, like, oh God, I have to get up and I have to take the dogs out, it's like, whoa, chill, like, enjoy. I don't have anything to do. My next thing that I have to do isn't until 4:30 p.m. Like, it is okay if I move at a slow pace. Like, there is no rush. I've got nowhere to be. No child is relying on me. I can have a sip of water. I can, like, chill and be in my bed for a second and enjoy it, and, like, stop bullying myself. Like, why make my life more miserable for, like, things that, like, people can't even see? Like, no one is in that room but me. So no one is hearing or seeing those things but me. So, like, why, just going off the example with your morning routine, it's like, why do that to myself when I can literally do whatever the fuck I want? I mean, crazy. I don't even need to wash my face yet. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I have to remember that.
I know, it's really hard to forget. And it's like, even being off social media, I still feel like I'm like, whoever, the gods, the universe, I'm like, well, I didn't get all the things done on my list today, so, like, I'm a failure. And it's like, literally, to who?
Yeah. The self-talk is just, it is hard, though, because I do think, like, the self-talk, when I'm positive, I'm like, or when I'm, like, maybe not in this, like, grayish cloud feeling, but I think that it's a little bit more positive. But when I'm, like, in it, it's like the conversation that I have with myself in my head. I don't know if y'all do that too, but can be, I'm like, whoa, it's dark in here. Turn on the light.
Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard. And I feel like that what has led me to where I'm at this current moment, which is, like, I just feel like I'm continually, like, taking things off of my plate, because I'm like, this balancing act that I was doing was not working. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like my battery is this much charged. Yeah. And even, like, going out last night, I was like, I could stay out, and I could be like, but my friends are out and I never get to see them, and, like, when's the last time we've done all this? And, like, I can pep talk myself into, like, staying, but I was like, I had a good day, and I'm gonna go home and go to bed, instead of going into the negative in my, like, energy and just capacity, and then I would, like, regret or be, like, upset about my day. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's really hard for me to do that, I think, and I don't know why. And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna go, and everyone's like, okay, see you later. Like, why was that, like, this monumental thing in my mind?
Yeah. Because it's so hard, and it like, no one knows what you're going through except for you. It's just, like, in the moment, you just make it such a bigger deal. But yeah, it's tough. So many deep breaths, I swear.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, I've been talking to a few people about it, and it seems to be, like, a theme, at least in a few people's lives. But it's like, again, a lot of this stuff isn't going to change. I have to just, I have no other choice except for to get through it. But yeah, taking things off the plate, remembering I have free will, doing things, like, making things beautiful without, this need, like, of a reason. Yeah, I recently tried to I was on my hike, and I tried to make a TikTok of me, because I had this revelation of, like, literally the self-talk on the hike was pretty good, because I was thinking to myself, like, I don't know, I was like, I don't know what made you believe, like, I was a, like, side bitch, but nothing about me gives side bitch energy. No. Nothing about me has ever or will ever give side bitch energy. And, like, who the fuck do you think you are thinking that is the place that I belong? Mm-hmm. Because that's wild. Anyway, I was like, this is a great thought. So, of course, like, instead of just having that, whatever, tried to make a TikTok. Well, it failed. I don't know how to take TikToks. I don't know how to video myself without the sun. I also just like the angle. I had my hair up in this like low bun, and so the angle of the phone, because I'm holding my coffee and I'm also holding the dog, so the phone is like this. I look like I'm bald, or I don't even know, like something. I look like I don't even know. It was so bad. I was like, all right, well, cool. Now I just like stumbled down this mountain because I'm trying to like be cool and not be like present in the moment, and just like have that really beautiful moment for me, and then also share it, you know, maybe on the podcast. But no, I had to be super special with it. Didn't even work out. Anyway, so
yeah,
that's how we're feeling. I don't know. Where's your mentals at today?
I think I'm gonna take a nap after this. I'm feeling like, I just feel like my energy is honestly so low.
Yeah.
And like by the end of my days, especially these last few weeks, I'm just like, I'm ready for bed. And another thing I read recently, I don't even remember what it was exactly, but it was just like talking about, because I think right now I'm getting to maybe where I'm like feeling anxious and I'm like, oh, I need to text this, I need to like say this, I need to do this. And it's like going back to breathing, and I think everyone knows like breathing is helpful, so I'm trying to like, okay, let's take some deep breaths and then maybe go to bed and see how we feel tomorrow. Because I don't know why it's like right before bed, I just like haven't been sleeping well because my mind is like going a million miles an hour, and then I'm running on no sleep, and then I'm trying to make decisions without like, you know,
Having a good night's sleep,
having a good night's
which
sleep.
matters.
Yeah.
It's tough. You need to hibernate.
I do, and I think it's like, it's a bullying part of me is like, but it's summer, the sun's out, like how can you be inside if the sun's out? And it's like, well, I'm not going to be able to do anything if I continue on this like trajectory that I'm heading down at this moment. So let's lay under the fan and close our eyes for a minute.
Same.
Before the heat wave comes.
Literally.
Yeah. How's your mentals?
Good. I don't know. It's like goes in and out, but I feel like talking about it has helped. This has helped. So we'll see. We'll see where the rest of the day and the week takes us.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was helpful. I think one thing I'm glad about, like, why we have this podcast, and we kind of talk about it a lot, is like, you and I check in, and I think we both kind of know what's going on, but it's like we don't have a dedicated, like, we wouldn't have had this conversation if we didn't have this. And now I'm like, okay, like, I feel less alone, even though, like, I knew you were going through the shit. It was like, well, I'm not dealing with car problems, and I'm not, like, you're not dealing with what I'm going through, but it's like we're both still, like, going through stuff, and I think that's a good reminder. It's like everyone's kind of going through shit, and it doesn't need to be the exact same thing to also just, like, empathize and
Truly.
be like, okay, I'm not alone. I can do this, and it's fine, and we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. And I also just feel like there's no judgment if I like come home and I'm like still laying in bed and the iPad's up and I'm like the music's on and it's like the sad violin Mac Miller shit, and then she's just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm here existing. And like same, if it's like you're curled up on the couch, it's like, hey girl. Like, it's just, it is what it is. So
yeah, I'm glad I don't live alone. Yeah, that would be
that'd be tough.
A dark summer. But we're glad you guys are here, and hopefully you're enjoying your summer, and if you're going through it too, it's okay. Slow down, take some deep breaths, try and make something pretty in your life. And thanks for hanging out with us. Polite as Fuck Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.